The mainstream media is having a complete meltdown right now, screaming that Trump just defunded the CDC and destroyed America's health programs. But folks, let me tell you what's really happening and why every single American should be celebrating this move. What you're witnessing isn't destruction. It's the most brilliant restructuring of our failed health bureaucracy in decades. Trump isn't dismantling American health. He's saving it from the very swamp creatures who've been making us sick for years. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the establishment is panicking and why this might be the most important health reform in American history. Let's start with the facts the media won't tell you. Yes, Trump's administration has blocked funding for certain CDC programs, but these aren't essential health services. We're talking about $200 million in wasteful spending on programs like youth violence prevention research, gun injury studies, and bureaucratic pet projects that have zero impact on actually making Americans healthier. Meanwhile, the CDC's budget was slashed from $9.2 billion to $4 billion. Now, before you panic, ask yourself this. With all that money, why is America sicker than ever? Why are we leading the world in chronic diseases, obesity, and diabetes? Clearly, throwing money at the problem wasn't working. For decades, the CDC and other health agencies became bloated bureaucracies more interested in political agendas than public health. They spent billions on research that benefits big pharma, while Americans got sicker and sicker. Under RFK Jr.'s leadership as health secretary, Trump initiated a massive restructuring that eliminated 20,000 positions across health and human services, including 2,400 at the CDC. The media calls this devastating cuts, but I call it draining the swamp. Think about it. During COVID, these same agencies told us masks don't work, then they do work. They shut down small businesses while keeping big box stores open. They pushed experimental treatments while suppressing early intervention therapies. The CDC became a political weapon, not a health agency. RFK Jr. and Trump recognized that the problem wasn't lack of funding, it was lack of focus on what actually makes Americans healthy. So, they restructured the entire system around the Make America Healthy Again initiative. This is where Trump's genius really shows. Instead of just throwing taxpayer money at failed bureaucracies, he's implementing the Make America Healthy Again agenda, a complete paradigm shift that focuses on prevention, nutrition, and addressing the root causes of chronic disease. The new structure consolidates 5 existing agencies into a streamlined administration for a healthy America. This isn't about cutting health services, it's about making them actually effective. Under the old system, we had thousands of bureaucrats studying problems while Americans kept getting sicker. Under Trump's new system, we're focusing on solutions, cleaning up our food supply, reducing toxic chemicals, promoting healthy lifestyles, and breaking the stranglehold that Big Pharma has had on our health policies. The establishment hates this because it threatens their profit model. They make money when Americans are sick, not when we're healthy. Trump's approach threatens their entire business model. Let's talk about what this restructuring actually accomplishes. First, it saves taxpayers $1.8 billion per year. That's money that was being wasted on bureaucratic overhead instead of helping Americans get healthy. Second, it eliminates duplicate programs and focuses resources on what actually works. Instead of having multiple agencies studying the same problems, we now have a streamlined approach that can act quickly and effectively. Third, it puts health decisions back in the hands of doctors and patients, not bureaucrats. The old system created layer after layer of red tape that prevented innovation and kept life-saving treatments from reaching the people who needed them. The media won't tell you this, but several of the eliminated positions were actually redundant administrative roles that added no value to public health. And here's the kicker. They rehired 700 of the laid-off workers in more productive roles focused on direct patient care and prevention. The reason you're seeing such hysterical coverage is because Trump just struck at the heart of the medical industrial complex. For years, these agencies have been captured by pharmaceutical companies, processed food manufacturers, and other special interests who profit from keeping Americans sick. Trump's restructuring breaks their power. When you eliminate bureaucratic layers and focus on prevention instead of treatment, you threaten billions in profits. When you prioritize nutrition and lifestyle changes over expensive medications, you challenge the entire system. The establishment media is owned by the same corporations that benefit from America's health crisis. Of course, they're going to attack Trump for threatening their revenue stream. This health restructuring is just one part of Trump's larger plan to restore American greatness. He's applying the same business principles that made him successful to government. Eliminate waste, focus on results, and put America first. Just like he did with the economy, with immigration, and with foreign policy, Trump is taking on entrenched interests that have been bleeding America dry. The health establishment is just another swamp that needed draining. While the media screams about cuts and defunding, what Trump has actually done is revolutionary. He's taken a failed, bloated bureaucracy and transformed it into a lean, effective machine focused on making Americans healthy again. This is exactly the kind of bold leadership we need. Not more of the same failed policies, but real reform that puts American families first. The establishment is panicking because they know Trump's approach will work, and when it does, their grip on power will be broken forever. What do you think about Trump's health restructuring? Are you ready for a healthier America? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more truth that the mainstream media won't tell you.